Hi, my name is Erin Mackley, and I want to talk about channeling and why I feel that channeling is relevant as a spiritual practice. I am a channel, and it's something that I feel um, a lot of people have suspicion around because the movement these days is to acknowledge yourself as the God, the goddess, the ascended master, the angel, and people are, for good reason, hesitant to accept advice channeled from a supposed being from a higher source. And so the trend is to look within and to acknowledge our own power. And I think that's a very good thing. Unfortunately, this has caused people to look at channeling, receiving channeling from another person, or even channeling for yourself, as something that can detract from that inner um, sense of being the source of your experiences, so to speak, or the authority in your life. Um, I would agree that we are all the ultimate authority in our own life, and that my personal philosophy is that whatever we experience is what we are. And so, um, the most grand experience of God is an experience of your own self, because if you have the capacity to experience it, then it follows that that's a mirror of your own self. Otherwise, how could you recognize it? So, um, it's not about, think of it, for example, in the Ascended Master, what you would call the Ascended Master movement. There is I don't know the culture very well because I mostly followed my own inner path, but I've noticed that there is a drive for people to attain immortality or a perceived state of enlightenment or perpetual bliss or ascension. And this, in my personal experience, ascension is incredibly personal, and it's and you have to allow yourself to be truly returned within to your most authentic self. And it's not um, trendy. It's not glamorous to do that. And then sometimes because people are charging money to be to be heard, it can be perceived as an elitist uh, goal and a glamorous goal, or one that you can achieve if you just go to enough teachers or um, enough discipline, practice enough discipline. But I don't think that's true. It's no one can assess or tell you where your soul is at. And when you're encountering something that's really real, it's going to return you to a sense of your innate worth. And we're here just to be human. We're here to expand as a human. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being what you're created to be. So that's why I channel. I channel because it puts me in touch with beings my soul is familiar with, that my soul was familiar with long before this current stage of my evolution. You know, they it said when we were born, we pass through a veil of forgetfulness. And as I practice channeling and I encounter beings that my soul has known before I went through that veil, then I start to understand myself from the level of my soul that is um, forever joyful and um, constant among all incarnations. And so that is magical. And it definitely brings me a sense of wholeness. So using channeling as a tool of remembrance and path you can take to find center, that's what I like to use it for. So those are my thoughts. Thank you.